Hey, love bugs. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whichever time of the day that you're watching this video, doesn't matter. All I want to say is thank you and welcome to Learning Out Loud. If you're a new member to the channel, please, pretty please, so hit the subscribe button so that way when I and the notification. Sorry, I'm just rambling. This is my first video, so that way that you are given a notification the next time I post videos. Now, as you can see, this channel is called Learn It Out Loud, and the whole base behind this is to provide strategies to your little one to help them be a successful little love bug in their life. Okay, thank you, and let's begin. Alright guys, so today we're going to go ahead and talk about reading strategies. And one of the reading strategies that we're going to use is, as you can see on your screen, is going to be TPVQRA. I'm not going to even say that I invented this. I'm not even going to lie. I was actually taught by a co-worker, but they use TPQR, and I just added two extra letters that I've used in my classroom and with when I used to tutor to help the kids that I was tutoring. So I'm going to share this strategy with you. And as you can see over here, we have the letters and what each letter represent. And over here is the same letters, but you are going to check off when you use it during your reading assignments or whatever book you're reading or text that you're reading. And this is to help guide you through the whole reading process. So that way you are thinking about what you're reading as you're reading. Now, so let's go ahead and we're going to practice this. But before we practice, let's go ahead and talk about what each letter represents. T stands for title, and that is to remind you to look at the title, ask yourself a question, what is the title? So what does the title say? What is it that the author wants me to know based upon the title? Some titles are very simple, and then you're going to see some complex titles. But the whole point is to get you thinking about what you're about to read. P is for picture. Most texts have pictures, so if they have one, go ahead and find the picture, circle it, look at it, examine it, see what it is that's going on in the picture. V is to visualize. Visualize is very important because sometimes when we visualize what we are reading as we're reading it, you can help have a better understanding about what's going on in the story. This is especially good when you're talking about fictional stories where there is a beginning, a middle, and an end. Also, Q is for question, and that is to remind you to, before you even do anything else, go ahead and read those questions before you begin to read the text. R is for reread, because once you start reading, not only are you supposed to read it one time, but reread it a second time. And that's because when we read it one time, it's to have an introduction of what it is that we're going to learn about, and you will gather more information the second time around. And A is for answer, which means that you have to answer the questions. And not only that, you got to go back into the text and prove your answer. So now we're going to practice. Alright guys, so we're going to practice this reading strategy using this passage right here. I got this passage online. It was a free passage from a website that I got. I would include the link in the description box. I feel like this person who created this thing should get credit, and I don't want to use somebody's work without giving them credit. So let's go ahead and get started. So normally when I'm working with someone, this would be like stapled here. Since it's going to be covering this passage, it would definitely be stapled here. Or there's like some sort of white space up there with no writing, then I will use my the sticky version to this. So T, title. So we see the title, and as you can see that they already underlined the title. So I don't have to do that, but normally I will go in and, sorry, I will just underline it. So I'm going to just do it with a red pen right now because I just want to get into the habit of doing it. So the title's called Myrna's Skirt. So let's think about like what could this be about? Could Myrna's skirt? Well, we know that the person is Myrna and there's a skirt. So is Myrna the main character? Is she a child? Is she a mom? Like, okay, who is Myrna? And you see I made some predictions or assumptions, or I made a guess about who Myrna is, and skirt. So we know that we're going to be reading about a skirt that belongs to Myrna. Now, is the skirt special? Does it have magical powers? Is it something that her mom gave to her or her grandmother? And so there you go. So I went ahead and did the first one, which is I read the title. I talked about the title. I asked questions about the title. I just went a little bit deeper to help me build some sort of knowledge about what I'm going to be reading about. So I'm going to go ahead and find T on my paper and put a check mark here because that tells me that I did that. And like I said before, if you guys are interested in buying these, they are, or if I did not say it before, but I do sell these. If you're interested in buying them, I have them on paper and also on stickers that you can stick to the papers. Just email me and I will get back to you. All right. So anyways, so P is picture. Now, as you can see, there's a picture. I'm going to put this over here. There's a picture of a little girl. She's cute. Her name is Myrna, and she has two little pigtails, and she's very happy. And you can see that she has a polka dot shirt. Now, and underneath the skirt is shirt. I'm sorry, did I say skirt, boys and girls? I am so sorry. Shirt. She has a polka dot shirt, and underneath that, she's wearing a skirt. And look, there's an arrow pointing to her skirt. So that tells me that this story's got to be about a skirt. It's in the title and in the picture, an arrow is pointing to it. So I'm going to go ahead and circle this. And I'm going to go ahead and put a check mark here, because I looked at the picture, I asked questions about the picture, I made some statements that I've noticed in the picture, and now I am going to read the question, okay? So there is, give me a second, because there is 3 questions, boys and girls. All right. And the 3 question is, what grade is Myrna in? What did Myrna get that she was proud of? I'm sorry. How did Myrna's skirt get dirty? Now, when we're reading the 3 questions, guess what? These are the 3 things that we need to look out for when we go into the story and read it 2 times, okay? What grade is Myrna in? Okay, so that's a key word. What grade is she in? What did Myrna get that she was proud of? Okay, she got something that she was proud of, okay? And how did Myrna's skirt get dirty? Okay, okay, her skirt got dirty. Now, normally, boys and girls, some of the passages that you'll see, they'll have these little 3 little happy signs, because that is to help you remember that you need to read the story 3 times. But for this strategy, we're only going to read the story twice. So let's get started. Myrna's skirt. This is Myrna. Myrna is in 3rd grade. Ding, 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 ding. She got a new skirt. It was beautiful. The first time Myrna put on her new skirt, she started to twirl. Oh, isn't that like showing that you're proud of something when you're twirling? The skirt swirled around her. Then a bird flew by and dropped dirt on her skirt. Oh no! Oh, goodness gracious. Dirt? I should be paying attention to this when I go back to answering the question. Myrna was so sad. Chirp, chirp, said the bird. I can't believe that bird got dirt on Myrna's skirt. Okay, so I read it one time and I'm going to read it another time. This is Myrna. Myrna is in the 3rd grade. She got a new skirt. It was beautiful. The first time Myrna put on her new skirt, she started to twirl. The skirt swirled around her. Then a bird flew by and dropped dirt on her skirt. Myrna was so sad. Chirp, chirp, said the bird. I can't believe that bird got dirt on Myrna's skirt. All right, so now, as I was reading that, I visualized. I'm going to go ahead and put a check mark on the Q and the V and the R because I read the questions and I forgot to tell you guys that, and then I reread it twice. Now we're going to focus on V, which means to visualize. So let's talk about what happened in the story. So we were introduced to the Myrna, who is the character, because that's what the story is all about. And we know that she's in the 3rd grade and she got a new skirt. So imagine you got something new. You are so excited about it. You're proud of it. And it says here that it was beautiful. And the first time that she wore it, she did a twirl and her skirt has swirled around her. So I visualize, like, the skirt is going around her waist, around her. It probably looked like an umbrella when you're flicking it back and forth. Then I visualize that as she's doing all of this, out of nowhere, a bird just flies over her head, and maybe he was trying to make a nest, and he might have accidentally did it, but then he might have had some dirt in his little claws, and he let it go, and then it got all over her beautiful dress, because I picture a white dress. I visualize that Myrna was wearing a white dress. I'm sorry, not a white dress. I'm so sorry, it was a white skirt. And then she got sad, and then she hears the bird go chirp, chirp, and that's what I visualize. And that's how you should visualize everything that you read to help you better understand what's going on. So let's go ahead and put a check mark on V because we just visualized. And now let's practice. Let's go ahead and do the answer. Now when we get to this, we're going to answer the question and then we're going to go back and prove our answer. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So what grade is Myrna in? Well, it says it right here. Because I remember I read this twice. Myrna is in the 3rd grade. So I'm going to go ahead and underline that. And I'm put a 1 here. And boys and girls, remember when you are writing your answer, get into the habit of writing a complete sentence, okay? All right, so basically I'm just going to copy this because we really don't have to make a sentence because it was written right there for us. So Myrna is in 3rd grade. And don't forget to add your period at the end of your sentence. Okay? Now number 2. Let's go right here. What did Myrna get that she was proud of? So we said that we know that she got a new skirt. And how did we know that she was proud of it? Because it says right here, it was beautiful. She started to twirl. So that's it. She got her new skirt. So you can say Myrna got a new skirt. And that's my second question. And I proved my answer by coming up here, underline, and don't forget to write the question that you're proving this answer, that you underlined the sentence for. Okay? Now, question number 2 said, how did Myrna's skirt get dirty? Well, that should be easy too because it says it right here. Then a bird flew by and dropped dirt on her skirt. So Myrna's skirt got dirty because the bird dropped dirt on it. So I don't have enough space, so how can I rewrite that? I can say a bird flew by and dropped dirt on her skirt. And don't forget your period. And also, we're going to go back into the story and prove our answer. Then a bird flew by and dropped dirt on her skirt. We don't need to have the word "and then" because that is a word that shows that something happened in order, and that's not what it's asking us. Okay, so we're just going to go write a bird flew by and dropped dirt on her skirt. And that's it, boys and girls. Don't forget to write your 3 to prove it. Don't forget to go back to your strategy sticky or paper, depending on whether or not you stuck it to your paper or you stapled it. But once you have all of this done, that tells me that you went through the process and you answered the question and you complete your reading assignment using your reading strategies. So thank you again for joining me, and let me just say, please, to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit your notification button. And with that being said, thank you, and don't forget to learn out loud. Thank you. Bye.